Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 131, Elements of College Mathematics, Section 5.3, Problem 5. This is Section 5.3, problem number 5. It says Rick and Tammy get a $40,000 home equity loan in order to do some renovations on their house. The loan is to be paid over 15 years at 6% interest. What are their monthly payments and how much interest do they pay? So this is a loan amortization question, and the formula is P, the payments, equals A, the amount borrowed, over some brackets that have a numerator and a denominator. In the numerator we have 1 minus 1 over 1 plus r over m in parentheses to the exponent of m times t. And in the denominator of the brackets I have r over m. So start by filling in the formula. P equals A, the amount borrowed. So for this question, the amount borrowed is $40,000. And that's going to be over some brackets. And the brackets will have 1 minus 1 over, in parentheses, 1 plus r over m. So r is the rate as a decimal. The rate for this problem is 6%. As a decimal, that would be written 0.06. Over m, which is the number of payments made per year, which is 12, because this asks for the monthly payment, 12 months in a year. And that has an exponent of m times t. Again, m is 12 for my monthly payments. T is the time in years, so this loan is a 15-year loan, so T is 15. And in the denominator of the brackets, I have r over m. Again, 0.06 for the r, the rate is a decimal, over 12 for the m, the number of payments made per year. Now that I have the formula filled in, let me start doing the computation. As usual, I'll start in the parentheses, which is what you have to do. So I will have P equals still 40,000 on the very top, and in the brackets I'll start working out some of the details. So in the numerator of the brackets I'll have 1 minus 1 over, in parentheses it winds up being 1.005. Now that comes from the r over m is 0.06 over 12. And again, I know that's 0.005, and if you don't, just take the a couple of seconds it'll take with the calculator to enter in. 0.06 divided by 12 equals, and the calculator will tell you it's 0.005. Don't forget there's a 1 plus in front of the 0.005, so the value in the parentheses is 1.005. And those parentheses have an exponent of 12 times 15. 12 times 15 is 180. And in the denominator of the brackets, the 0.06 over 12 can be simplified to 0.005. And as I like to point out frequently, I have the same decimal, but the higher level of it has a 1 in front, and the lowest position does not have a 1 in front. So the next part of the problem, I need to deal with that 180th power. I need to do 1.005 to the 180th power. So when I do that, I'm going to have P equals 40,000 over the brackets. And in the brackets, I'm going to have 1 minus 1 over the result of 1.005 to the 180th power, which is 2.4540935562. And then in the denominator of the brackets, I still have 0.005. Now, moving forward to the next step, in the numerator of the brackets, I have 1 minus a fraction or a division, so I want to do the division out. The division being 1 divided by 2.4540935562. So let me do that again. There's a 1 over x button that will allow me to do the division in one keystroke. So however you do the division, the next way you write the formula will be P equals 40,000 over 1 minus 0.4074822426. And in the denominator of the bracket, still 0.005. Close my brackets up. And now the numerator of my brackets has a subtraction, 1 minus 0.4074822426. Let me do that subtraction. And that will give me P equals 40,000 over the brackets. And now in the numerator of the brackets, I have 0.59251753, and in the denominator of the brackets I still have 0.005. So to finish the work in the brackets, I will divide 0.5925175573 divided by 0.005. So that gives me P equals 40,000 over the brackets with just one number in it. That one number is 118.5035147. So to finish the problem off, I will divide 40,000 divided by 118.5035147. And that gives me P equals 337.5427312. Now again, since this is the final answer, this is how much we're going to pay every month, I don't want that many places after the decimal. I want 2 places for how many cents. So after the decimal, I have 0.542 something. The 2 is not big enough to make it 55 cents. So the monthly payment will be $337.54. Now there's a second part to that. How much interest is paid back with this loan? So the couple that takes the loan, they're going to pay this every month for 15 years. So 12 months per year for 15 years, 12 times 15, there's 180 payments of $337.54 each. So I'm going to multiply 180, the number of payments, times 337.54, the value of each payment. And that'll give me the total paid back to the lender of $60,757. The calculator says 0.2, so I'm going to write it as 0.20 for 20 cents. They're going to pay back over $60,000. Now, they got to use 40,000 of that for whatever they wanted, hardwood floor, new deck, new kitchen, or whatever. So I'm going to subtract off the 40,000 that they got to use. So the interest paid is $20,757.20.